Hello, my loves. It's Britt, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the North Node in the natal chart in the 11th house, and so the South Node is opposite in the 5th house. The North Node shows where our soul is going. It shows our destiny. It shows energies that may be uncomfortable or difficult for us to express. But when we do express them, we have this feeling that we're on our mission, we're on our soul path, and it actually does create ease where the comfortable, more natural, embedded qualities of the South Node sign and house placement can show actually stagnation. It can lead us to feeling like we're in a rut because that's the comfort zone. That's where we need to actually rise above and build on in order to become the fullness of our North Node, which is our soul's mission. So with this placement, as with all of the fire houses placements of the South Node, we see a strongly developed ego and a strong sense of having this destiny and this innate specialness. And there's a focus on our own personal creativity, and a knowing that, yeah, we have this special mission and purpose. And I do truly believe this one is one of the more spiritual placements. This is a more spiritual mission than some of the other placements of the North Node. This shows a far-reaching, big spiritual mission, in my opinion. But the difficulty with this one is that there's so much personal pride. There's so much almost childishness where they want all the compliments. They want all the praise and attention and specialness that comes from their personal creativity, that they can get stuck there, and the true fulfillment will actually come from when they drop the ego and they use that strong sense of self, that strong sense of being a genius and personal creativity. They use that to actually bring service to the whole of humanity. That's what we see when we see 11th house placements, is that it has to go beyond the personal self. It has to be creativity for more than just ego gratification, creativity for service to all, for humanity, and helping others develop their own sense of ego and self and pride and importance that we have so strongly in ourselves, okay? And the other thing with this placement is that there's this tendency, so the 5th house represents romance and passion and fun and those kind of sexual, playful, casual relationships that some people have. So with this placement, I would feel like they do have a series of relationships, and they can have a tendency to get into relationships for maybe just the ego gratification or the passion, and not seeing things clearly because they get sucked in the moment of passion to maybe a relationship that's not actually for their highest good. So that is something that they have to learn in this lifetime, is to not dissipate the energies in these romantic relationships that are just based on passion and not actually true long-term soulmate connections. That's something that I feel with this one is something that they definitely need to learn. And also they need to learn how to be truly a friend to someone, and they need to learn true unconditional love and givingness to someone. So not entering a relationship for just what that person can give you and the pleasure and the passion that they can give you, but entering in a relationship because you truly love someone and you want to give to them. Okay, and so this placement can show a need for less of those kind of relationships that are just based on lust or attraction without actual soul compatibility, and more relationships based on friendship, more focus on friendship, more givingness, more helping other people build their own self-confidence or their own careers, rather than focusing on your own relationships and your own creative pursuits. Or if you are focusing on your own creative pursuit, make sure that you're doing it from an energy of true service and true inspiration, to help all, okay? That's something that's really important with this one, because it is a more spiritual mission. It's not just about you in this lifetime, although you're more comfortable with having it be about you, and you love the attention and praise that you get from your giftedness, because you are very creative and very gifted with this placement. But that will never truly fulfill you until you learn how to give up your own ego and do it for the good of all. And this is good advice for anyone, but for you, this is especially what you need, is to learn how to actually do things with a detachment, right? So when you create something, doing it for the actual joy of it and not just for what you will receive for it. That is the lesson in this placement, is learning to have detachment, learning to focus on friendship and true givingness and unconditional love rather than just selfishness and what you want. It's not about what you want in this lifetime. It's not about the personal desires. It's about humanity and helping them as a whole and helping other people have that divine child innocence that you have. There's this sense with this placement that one is this truly special person, and when you allow that to be, I mean, that's a part of you, when you allow that to be a part of you, but then actually give that to another, that is when you're going to experience true fulfillment and happiness. And yeah, with this one, it can show struggles in relationships because of that tendency to be caught in the passion and not see clearly in love, or as far as your own creativity. There's this dreamlike quality where you're not actually seeing things accurately. So Martin Schulman says this in the North Node book that I think is absolutely the best. There's a need with this placement to become less romantic and more scientific, okay? And the way that I see that for this one is that, yeah, there's this tendency to be over emotional and overly seeing things with rose-colored glasses as far as relationships and your life's dreams, where you actually need to come back down to reality with this one. And I mean, it's an interesting paradox, because the 11th house, we wouldn't consider that coming back to reality, because we would actually consider that being the house of your highest dreams and goals and aspirations for humanity as a whole and yourself. But with this one, it's about coming out of that romantic, like, well, this magical way of thinking and coming into the actual, okay, how am I going to really do this? Like coming into logic, coming into the Aquarian genius energies and qualities of, yeah, okay, so how am I actually going to help people with this? Okay, I have this amazing creative talent. I'm this amazing loving person. How am I actually going to use this for the good of all, right? So having some logic about it, having some precision, not just magical thinking and romance and play. And you know, it's not about that in this lifetime. Not that you don't get to have that. You obviously get to have a fun romantic relationship, and you get to have your ego being praised and loved, and everybody gets to have that. But it's when you focus on that solely for that reason that you suffer. So it has to come from something bigger. The mission has to come from something higher. And yeah, with this one, I feel that it's a very spiritual mission, and these people are here to really help others feel their own specialness and to be this light for others, because there's so much creativity, there's so much knowing of one's innate godliness that these people do shine. They naturally are leaders, but they need to learn how to go about it from a non-egoic place. Okay? More detachment. What else do I want to say about this placement? Yeah, doing it for the good of all, service, coming from your heart, giving, friendship, lightheartedness, being more lighthearted and less intense. That is important. Anyways, yeah, that's what I want to say about this one. Let me know if it resonates. And I do offer one-on-one sessions. I offer a soul purpose session, which goes into your unique natal birth chart. And then I offer a synastry session, which is showing the relationship compatibility between two people. So my links are there, and let me know any more requests, you guys. This was a request. I love to do your requests. I'm making videos today. Love you guys. Thanks for watching, and talk soon.